Hey, it's me, I'm Frey. I'm non-binary and asexual, and I stream a variety of games on Twitch, including dating sims whenever you're allowed to stream them on Twitch, which is not always the case. And I can hear y'all thinking, why the hell would an asexual like dating sims? Aren't they reserved for the incels who can't get a date, instead of the people who just aren't attracted in the first place? Well, to be honest, some have really cool stories and or gameplay, and in the case of Huniepop, I would argue that the gameplay alone is worth playing it for. So if this video does well, and don't forget to like and subscribe, I might make this into a series and review all the dating sims that I've played or have yet to play, with my thoughts on them and all of that. So yeah, let's go! My first ever dating sim was Huniepop. You see, when the girls and I have sleepovers, some do pillow fights, some talk about their feelings, and was there some of that? Yeah, absolutely, but guess what? We also played Huniepop. Just cuz. We didn't finish it then, but I played it again last year on my Discord, because you're not allowed to stream it on Twitch, even the censored version. So yeah, first of all, here's some context for the people who have never played Huniepop. Let's start off with the story. You play as either a man or a woman. But I love there's a woman option, obviously. And you're out in a bar and a girl in an interesting dress walks up to you. You only have awkward ways to respond, and when she says something vague about making it work. And when you go home alone that evening and sleep by yourself, bam! You're woken up only to find the same girl, Kiyu, in your room, in her fairy form? Apparently, she is a love fairy, with the goal of making you an absolute babe magnet. I guess she likes a challenge because no matter how hard you try, you really just start off absolutely shit. She takes you out on a date to figure out just how bad you are. And what does that date look like? A beautiful cafe at the beach. But then, oh no, it's Candy Crush? Kiyu teaches you the rules to the game and gives you some creepy stalker technology, also known as the honeybee, to find hot girls in the area, buy gifts, view your inventory, etc. Your inventory comes packed with a dirty magazine and some convenient tissues. Love that, Kiyu is very well prepared. Either way, we go around from place to place to meet girls, because as Kiyu says, we have to go where the hot girls are to pick up hot girls. That is some sound logic there. Also, the honeybee starts tracking every single girl you come in range with. Excuse me, what? Every girl we meet, we can talk to, we can give them gifts, and we can ask them out on dates. The information they give you about themselves is important to keep in mind, because the girls can quiz you later on to see if you've actually been paying attention to them. You know, as you should. Though, I feel like most people who play this game for its intended purposes will just Google the info. Or maybe you're just a creep who loves memorizing girls' cup sizes and weights, because that is a totally normal thing to do and will definitely help you out in your dating life. Every time you talk to a girl and give answers she likes to hear, even though your answers may be inconsistent compared to some other conversations, and even dishonest, or you remember something about her correctly, or you give her a gift, you receive some honey. It kinda looks like some pink goop, but I will get back to it later. Now, during the dates, no matter where you go, you just see a board in front of you full of tokens. Every girl has a most and least desired trait that they're looking for in a partner, and basically every 3 or more tokens that you match up create an interaction with such traits within the date. So for traits, there is romance, talent, sexuality, and flirtation. Then there's passion. The more passion that you have, the more points you get per interaction, which is always nice. There is broken hearts, match those and you fuck up during the date. You just say something wrong or, I don't know, drop her tea. And there's bell tokens that allow for an extra move, thus an extra interaction during the date. And you can also match up sentiment tokens, which allow you to give your date a gift. Thanks to fairy magic, it's a gift that you can keep on giving too, so like you never run out of gifts, which is, yeah, I mean it's nice, but it's also, how? What? Huh? Every date is going to be a bit more challenging than the last, so you'll want to save up enough honey to upgrade your skills to handle the dates getting better. Basically what it does is that it makes all the interactions that you have more meaningful. They just start giving you more points. And sometimes it also influences the luck that you get, so you can like get more 4 in a row kind of specials. Also, for some reason you get money, I guess the in-game currency, every time that you complete a date. Why? Why do you get money for dating girls? Am I in the wrong occupation here? Anyway, you can use that to buy the girls gifts, food, and drink. Give a girl food before a date and you can get extra moves or an interaction. and give a girl alcohol before a date, if possible in the situation and time, and depending on how the girl feels about it, you start off with more sentiment, so you can start off with a gift right away. If you've gone on 4 dates with the same girl and you ask her out at night, you can finally
do the thing!
Well, only after you manage to get through the date first. Then go back home and... oh no, there's another Bejeweled screen. But this time, it's speedy. No wrong answers. The only wrong answer is not doing anything for too long. And, oh, her bra came off, and... oh, if you've got the voice lines, there's some moans, and we get some lewd pics in the end, as well as their panties? Do they just have a second pair of panties with them? Does Kyu just duplicate their panties with fairy magic? Or do they really just go about their next day without underwear? Even though plenty of the girls wear extremely short skirts, what? Do they go home first? Where did these girls live? What? But yeah. As for the girls, they're all kind of stereotypical and flat, as expected of these kinds of games, though I will say the choice of unlockable girls was a bit of a surprise to me, so here are some more spoilers. First off, a cat girl! Yeah? Called Momo. I gotta say I love her style, but I wish it was a bit clearer that she was of legal age instead of just being 1 cat years old, which could mean 15 to 24. A fun thing about her though is that where other girls will ask you personal things, the cat girl asks you facts about cats. Momo will also just speak in uwu language all the time and calls you her master as well. She will drink at any time of day because she depends on you and often spends time in your room. Considering other people cannot see Kyu, the love fairy, I kind of started wondering if other people see Momo as a cat girl as well, or just as a straight up cat, which is a worrying thought, to say the least. Secondly, an alien. I didn't expect that, especially how they made her 32 years old, though I guess that can mean something different on our home planet. One of her main enemies is, of course, an octopus-looking alien. Yeah. Sometimes I'm so deep into this game that I forget it's a hentai game. Also, something that I really like about her is that she speaks in a very specific way. She's super direct, and I guess you could kind of see that as autism coded. Yeah, anyway. Instead of asking you about how you feel about certain things, she just quizzes you on space, which is also pretty cool. And it made me Google a lot of things. Then we have Kyu, the love fairy. When she judges you as good enough, she wants a piece of the action. She just keeps on being the casual, swearing, pink goodness Kyu that she's always been, but just dateable. You learn a bunch of things about her, and instead of asking you advice on life, which she doesn't need, she's like way older than you, she quizzes you on all the advice that she's given you, if you still remember it. And lastly, you can date the love goddess. She looked down from the sky garden, saw you, and figured, you know what? I'd tap that. And she becomes more or less of a test to see how well you're doing. If you can get with the love goddess, you can probably do anything. Or well, anyone. So I guess I gotta rate all the dating sims in the series, so I'll be judging on a couple of things. First off, we have diversity. I would give this game a 6 out of 10 in diversity. They're not all white and they have different main characteristics. Ages range from 1 in cat years. The devs have confirmed that it was 18 in human years, but it's been a cause of controversy to say the least, to about 10,000 years. And there's plenty in between that too. While there are 2 who are barely 18, most of them are in their 20s, 2 in their 30s, and we've got 2 outliers above that, so I'd say that's pretty good. Representation is a 2 out of 10 though, so we have diversity, but it's all extremely stereotypical, and I guess it fits in with the genres that people would click on certain sites, but yeah. The Asian woman is smart, the black woman is strong and independent, the Indian woman is spiritual and a yoga instructor, the Mexican woman is a dropout, young mom, and a hairdresser, and the MILF porn star has a bad relationship with her daughter. Also, the unique gifts that you can give some of these people are just racist, like, oof. Oof. I'm still giving it a 2 because I'm sure we'll find way worse representation than this later on, but it's just kind of sad. I don't even think we can excuse this with, well, it's a hentai game though. Like, if your porn has to be racist, that's just, yikes. Realism and believability. I would give it a 3 out of 10. So like the love fairy is one thing that I'm willing to accept. Hallucinations are more common than people usually think after all. But girls telling you their weight just because you asked them straight up and wanting you to remember that? What? Dates being decided by a game of Bejeweled? I mean, I wish, but what? And the advice that Kiyu gives working? The advice that she gives is kind of horrible in general. It's like, just don't be yourself. Like, excuse me? She's kind of like a pink cutesy version of a pickup artist, and yeah, don't follow that if you actually respect women and want a meaningful relationship. Next up, art style. 7 out of 10, I would say. They've got a case of same face syndrome. I guess that worked with the animation, but I love the layout, and some of the outfits are seriously creative and cute. The characters look fun to draw, and other than the faces all being the same, the style never really bothered me. The date places look beautiful too. I don't really care for the gallery. If you wanted to see a review of that, you probably shouldn't have watched a review by an asexual, and you can probably find them online to judge yourself. But yeah, in general, I really like the art style. I thought it was good. Next up, we have creativity. Also a 7 out of 10. A love fairy, a goddess of love, an alien and a cat girl. The bit of story that we get, while it may not be a lot, is also quite good. Also, who came up with combining tile matching games with dating sims? I love that. I love this. Next up, is it a good way to learn how to date? 4 out of 10. You could probably pick up some girls with this if you were good looking already and the girl already liked you to begin with. But in that case, you wouldn't resort to like taking advice from a dating sim, so yeah. Some of the positives though, you can't
do the thing
on the first date. And it shows that every date exists of a combination of passion, romance, sexuality, flirtation, talent, sentiment, etc. So it's not all too boring. Hell, if you wanted to, you could even leave one out because the girl just doesn't like it at all. Also, the girls always suggest
do the thing.
So you at least know that there is consent, which is, yeah, I think we're gonna find some games where that will be lacking, sadly. Next up, we have the fun factor. I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's got fun music, fun colors, a bit of drama storyline here and there, and it's been an absolutely enjoyable experience to play through, honestly. Though I guess that also had to do a bit with the voice chat and just dragging the game in problematic aspects. Then the gaming aspect, in my opinion, the gaming aspect is a 10 out of 10. The gem game is amazing. It's like complex. Every girl prefers a different icon, every gift gives different upgrades and specials, and it gets more difficult over time. There's just so much going on and I love it. It's just one of those games that I can play while I'm tired and genuinely enjoy, both for how simple it is and as well as for how complex it is. It's just very cute looking as well. In the end, I don't know, I just love the gameplay and I play plenty on its own. Achievement hunting in it is also a lot of fun and it gives you plenty of challenges. Part of the fun of playing this in Discord, I will admit, was pointing out just how problematic some of these things were. Playing a dating sim with a bunch of asexuals in the Discord, of course these kind of things will happen. We're talking over things half of the time, it's a censored version, and in the back we're brewing up ideas on how to make dating sims more realistic, or yeah, making up our own dumbass dating sims. As of writing this, I have about 20 hours in Huniepop, and I enjoyed every single one of them one way or another, whether the joy came from figuring out amazing moves in a gem game, or from roasting the text with friends. So the average score, in my opinion, is a 5.8. I don't expect any of them to get top scores, I must admit. My main takeaway is that it's in part problematic. Don't ever look at a Bejeweled game for advice on dating, but like, the gameplay is amazing, so in the end, for that, I would recommend it if you can stand the obvious problems with it. And that is my opinion on Huniepop. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and possibly even subscribe. I've been wanting to do this video for a while because, let's be real, I am more of a degenerate than sometimes people might assume. And I feel like I can give a bit of a unique perspective on these kind of things. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you want to hear more about this. And I see you guys next time. Bye-bye.